Leading up to the NBA draft, the speculation around what the Los Angeles Lakers might do this offseason is extremely high, even with the team coming off one of the most disappointing seasons in franchise history. Los Angeles is desperate to reopen a championship window that was slammed shut this past season, and the front office will seemingly do anything to create a contender in order to get LeBron James to resign. They are desperate down at Figueroa Street where Crypto.com Arena is located. But there is one guy who the Lakers can chase, and that is Kyrie Irving. He is the star player who is coming off an interesting season over in Brooklyn, to say the least. The Nets and Kyrie are headed towards a breakup sooner rather than later. The Lakers can go for Kyrie and team up the great duo that once won an NBA championship. That is right. LeBron James and Kyrie Irving have won an NBA title together before, and most fans would welcome an upgrade from Russell Westbrook to Irving with open arms without saying any question. They'll even take the fact that he's not vaccinated, that he'll sit out games. They do not care. They just want to see something different on the court. And with Anthony Davis serving as the team's all-star big, this would essentially be a much better version of the Cleveland Cavaliers that won the title in 2016. But in order for this to happen, the Lakers have to give Kyrie Irving a contract extension. Irving has a player option this offseason, and that does give him some leverage in this entire situation. If the Nets do not want to extend him, then he can opt out, and there will absolutely be a team that is willing to give him a max deal. And guess what? The Nets are not going to give him that max option. Secondly, then the Lakers have to find a team that would trade for Russell Westbrook, which makes things a little harder. That is the hardest part of this entire equation, which would be a 3-team trade. Let's add, for example, the New York Knicks to the mix, which would see Westbrook and 2 first-round picks, 2027 unprotected, and a 2028 pick swap. They go to the Knicks, then Julius Randle and Evan Fournier would go to the Nets, and Kyrie Irving will go to the Lakers. But the only problem with this is that the Knicks could absolutely talk themselves into trading for Kyrie Irving also. There are other teams as well that might be willing to trade assets like for Kyrie. It is totally conceivable that the Washington Wizards would pivot and trade Bradley Beal for Kyrie Irving and a pick or two. That makes this much harder for the Los Angeles Lakers to pull off, but it is possible. Now, whether or not it would be a smart decision is another question. The Lakers have hit a desperation phase and need to find a way to reopen this championship window. LeBron has 1 year left. They have no assets and need to work some magic, not just to be good this coming season, but also to get LeBron James to resign.